Nation.
Hello and welcome back to Saints Nation. I'm your host, Spencer Pearson.
And I'm your host, Brandon Cole.
And to answer some of your questions, yes, that was the Reading team that stopped by last week to do the news, and they did a great job. It was lovely to share the facilities with them, and yeah, it was great. So with that having been said, we're going to move on to our first news story. Brandon, would you like to take over?
Sure thing.
All right.
The band and choir recently came back from their trip to Seattle, where they competed against quite a few other teams for their division championships. And
Absolutely.
I heard that they got quite a few medals and trophies.
Indeed they did. Jazz Band came home with second place in their division, and Concert Band came home with first. Concert Choir, who was also on the trip, came home with first place in their division, and they were also invited to compete at Carnegie Hall, of all places, in 2 years, which is an incredible achievement.
Quite the achievement. We'd also like to mention that Chris Kuehl, one of our seniors this year, got a special award for playing the saxophone and for outstanding showmanship.
Playmanship, even. Exactly. But now we're going to move on to our second story, which has to do with school spirit, as next week, this following week, is going to be Spirit Week.
I hear there's going to be things involving spirits.
Yes. Every day is going to have its own individual topic, and they range from Western and Cowboy to Neon Day to Spirit Day to School Color Day. It's going to be a fun time, so make sure you take part, dress up, and have a great time, as it's going to be leading up to prom.
Can't wait for Dressed Up Like Nick Gazette Day.
Ooh, that's a good one. Speaking of prom, just to let you guys know, prom tickets are soon going to be going sale on the Quad for $55, so keep your eyes open. You definitely don't want to miss out on those. The price goes up as the date for prom gets closer and closer.
Yeah, so be sure to buy them up quick while they're cheap and available.
Exactly. Prom's fun, regardless of whether or not you have a date.
But if you do,
it makes it fun also.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we're going to move on now to Lito, who has some sports updates for us. Lito, what have you got for us?
Well, as a matter of fact, we've got some exciting stuff going on. Of course, we're in the middle of spring sports. They've gone for about a month and a half now, and you're right smack dab in the middle of the season. This is the point where all the sports, all the teams start really coming together as a team, and they really find themselves. The first half of the season is usually building up, getting into the routine of doing everything, and then this second half is just finishing. It's the execution of what everyone's learned so far and becoming a great team overall. The track team is doing very well this year. So far, they've won against a couple different teams. They've been going to a lot of invitationals, and it's all in training to win sections. Last year, they won league, and that's now behind them. This year, their goal is to win sections. They say they have the team to do it, and this is possibly the year that St. Helena will have its most likely first track sections championship in a long time or ever. So I'm going to do some research into that, and I'll tell you more about that next week. But this week, we're going to be talking with the golf team. They have a very exciting team this year, a lot more people than usual, and we're going to sit down with a couple of the members and see what they have to say about their season and the team overall. They've got some exciting tournaments coming up where they hope to do extremely well. So let's go and sit down with the golf team.
I'm here with Jeremy Melker from the golf team. Jeremy, how you doing?
Good, and you, Lito?
Pretty good. So, are you the captain of the golf team this year?
I am.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us a bit about your season?
Season's going well so far. Team's looking pretty good, pretty strong. Players are improving. Everyone's game seems to be coming along quite well. And yeah.
From what I understand, you guys have a lot larger of a team this year. Is that correct?
Yeah, we do. We have somewhere between, I think, 9 players this year. Yeah, 9 players, and half of them are actually female.
Okay, really? So, what are you guys expecting from that? Are you expecting a league title? You guys think you have something in the bag there, or?
No. At this point, it's just going to be individual.
Individual, you think?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll have some individuals moving on to sections and going from there, but
yeah, exactly, individuals. But as a team, we fall just short.
Okay, so maybe you guys will set up a legacy that next year people will want to join more, and then you can get a larger team. Do you think a larger team would help?
Yeah, a larger team. You definitely have some more variability and some more skill potential.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck to the golf team. They've got some exciting stuff coming up ahead. But before we get going, we're going to talk about some games to look forward to this weekend. Games to look forward to this weekend. On Monday the 14th, which is also Passover, the swim team will be at Calistoga, which is technically a home meet, starting at 4 o'clock, so be sure to check that out. On the 15th, the Tuesday, softball will be going to Cloverdale, baseball will be going to Cloverdale, and tennis will be at home versus Middletown, so go support the tennis team. The Wednesday, the 16th, track will be we'll be playing Clear Lake at home. That's going to be the first home track meet of the season before the CMCs. And golf will be going to their CMC meet at Meadowood at 2 o'clock. So go support both of those teams. Wish the golf team good luck because that's the beginning of their postseason. On the 17th, a Thursday, swim will be at Calistoga again, and they'll be starting at 4 o'clock. The golf will be continuing their CMC meet at Adams Springs, Cobb Mountain. On Friday the 18th, also known as Good Friday, the varsity softball team will be heading to Kelseyville to play them there at 4 o'clock, and the entire baseball team will be going to play Kelseyville as well. That Saturday, the 19th, the track team is going to the Fred Fawcett Invitational. The time is to be announced. So as you can see, there's a lot of games coming up. These spring sports especially have many games throughout the week, and it's important for us to be there supporting them all the way through. These teams have shown a lot of growth in the past. The golf team, the tennis team, the track team, a lot of them are setting up to build legacies and move on to section championships to see just how far they can go and just how big of a name we can make for St. Helena. So it's important that we as a school go out and support them, whether it's on the field or even at school in the hallways. Just good game, good luck, stuff like that. Be sure to support your teams. Spencer, Brandon, are you guys going to any home meets or games?
No, we don't go to very many games. We don't actually get out of the house that often.
I don't leave my house.
I don't leave the studio, frankly. But despite all of that, we are actually going to pass it on over to Travis, who once again is up in the clouds, this time talking to another teacher. And it's a surprise teacher, so let's go see who he's talking to. I don't know who it is. And let's go learn a little bit about this teacher up in the clouds with Travis. Think that sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Why not?
Hi, I'm Travis. We're talking with teachers in the clouds with pulling out of class.
Okay, class. So today we're going to try to reach infinity, and since that's a concept... Am I in heaven? Oh, no, I'm in the clouds.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. So today we're talking with Mr. Calparis. He is a math teacher, and he is working with the Interact?
Yes, I'm the Interact advisor.
And what is that about?
The Interact Club is a community service club that's sponsored by Rotary, and we try to provide opportunities for community service for the entire student body. So right now we've got an amazing food drive going on. If you participate in that, your first period class could win a breakfast. In the past, we've done other things like beach cleanups, river cleanups. We help the public out with different events in town, set up, clean up, stuff like that.
And how did you get involved in it?
I didn't show up to school one day, and then when I came back, they told me I was the advisor.
So you're a math teacher. What kind of math classes did you have when you were in school?
What kind of math classes did I have when I was in school? So I actually went to St. Helena High School. So all the math classes that I make students suffer in, I've actually gotten to suffer in myself. So like Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2, Pre-Calculus, Calculus. I suffered through all those classes, actually kind of enjoyed the suffering, and then decided that I would help other people suffer.
Did you have is that when your love of math started? Or did you have a love of math when you were in school?
I did have a love of math because it seemed to be easier than writing a paper because you could start a problem, finish the problem, have it be solved, and then kind of take a break.
So I heard you have chickens. What's that about?
Yes, about a year ago, I was graciously blessed with about 6 chicks. I went away for the weekend on a camp out with 3 of my 4 boys, and I came back, and my youngest boy had been given chickens by who I thought was a friend. And I kind of resolved that we would adopt these chickens, and we set up a flip top in our garage. And then I went off to work on Monday, and I said goodbye to my wife, and I said, "Where's the dog?" And she said, she's in the garage. And I said, "But the chickens are in the garage." And so I quickly ran back into the garage to find 5 of the 6 chickens had been slaughtered. And it was a pretty scary scene. So I went off to work very distressed about the chickens. And I thought to myself, probably the most important thing that I probably should have done was I should have fed the last chicken to the dog. But I decided not to do that. And I came home, and my kids didn't know yet, and I said, "Honey, the best thing we can do is you need to go out and buy 5 more chickens, and we'll just pretend this never happened." So she did that later in the week, and we just kind of kept the kids away from the chickens. And the problem is that the chickens we originally got were 6 white chickens. And my wife went down to the feed and seed, and she brought 5 red chickens back. So my kids basically knew what happened to the chickens, and they didn't care.
Yeah.
Only I did.
Well, that's all the time we got. Thanks for coming.
Oh, thank you very much.
Well, see ya. Yes.
Where am I?
Day of Silence is basically to raise awareness about kids who are gay, bi, lesbian, or transgender.
And who can't come out of the closet and can't share their experiences with the rest of the world for fear of being judged. And the Day of Silence is a day where we, as GSA and as a schools and as a community, get together and we try to raise awareness and help these kids who are having problems with their lives, and we're trying to support them as best we can. Yeah, we're trying to symbolize how hard it is for them to not be able to talk about it, and we're trying to like go through a day without it, because we're trying to just like take a part of their lives and try to experience it, because I'm sure that must be one of the hardest things to ever have to face. We're really trying to raise awareness for this kind of thing at school, specifically here, because we've had a lot of incidents, specifically this year, with like the poster incident where people were writing fag on posters, and I've seen some bullying around campus, and we're trying to like show students that it's not okay to do these kind of things, and that's what we're really trying to accomplish here.
Well, thanks, Brandon and Spencer. That was a fantastic piece, and frankly, I wouldn't have expected anything less.
Seriously?
You guys were amazing. But instead of inflating our own egos, we're actually going to bring back a new piece. Well, not bring back a new piece, but Puppy of the Week is what I'm trying to say. We're gonna bring back Puppy of the Week. We'd been taking a break from that for a while, so let's bring in the puppy for this week, right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
It's an adorable puppy, and I think he's just as excited to be on the show as we are to have him. So let's take a quick moment to admire this puppy, and move on to slideshow. We've got a great slideshow this week, and wrap up the show. So thanks for stopping by. Well, you guys don't necessarily stop by. We more impose ourselves on you guys,
But still, it's good to be back.
Point is, we are glad to do the news for you, and it's glad to be back. So, well, that's been Spencer Pearson
And Brandon Cole.
reporting for Saints Nation News.
Have a good night, Stanley.
I feel the shining sun.